All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining in. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about SafeMoon, and we're actually going to take a look at what the crypto markets are doing right now. I know that there's a lot of people have been voicing some concern about SafeMoon. I know that a large population of the viewers right now are coming in from the SafeMoon Reddit community, which is an awesome community, by the way. But I know that some people have been voicing some concerns about the price point of SafeMoon just kind of moving sideways over the past week or so. We had that huge rally. I think it was last Saturday or something along those lines, and then FUD kicked in, and there was all kinds of crazy stuff and crazy speculation going on the social medias, specifically Twitter. I'm sure that for those of you who've been involved in the SafeMoon community for a while, I'm sure you guys know exactly what happened. There was some FUD, and that pretty much ruined our awesome rally that was going on at that particular moment in time. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and try to. I'm going to go ahead and just let people kind of filter in over the next couple of minutes. I've still got a couple of things I'm trying to set up over here. My apologies if there were any technical difficulties. This is my first time going live. But I hope that we, have a good time and have some great discussions. Please feel free to go ahead and use the chat. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have, and also chime in with your thoughts and opinions, and we'll go ahead and we'll try to address everything. So anyways, let's go ahead. Let's give everybody a couple of minutes to go ahead and log on, or not log on, but kind of connect, and then we'll get this thing started. Also, if you're having any difficulties hearing me, please let me know. I can go ahead and adjust my microphone. All right. Okay. So I think today I want to go ahead and start off by kind of checking out what's going on with the Bitmart or the Bitcoin market. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we went ahead and we saw that the Pi top indicator went ahead and signaled a market close, which kind of sparked some panic. If you guys are familiar with Benjamin Cowan's channel, he's crazy bullish on Bitcoin, and he does some excellent videos. He's an excellent analyst, and he's got some great content. But he was going ahead and he was. I agree with him on the aspect that I don't believe that this bull cycle is completely over just yet. In fact, I think that right now we're hitting kind of a lull because of some selling off that's taking place. I think, honestly, we've probably got until maybe about next December, next January, maybe next March, until we kind of see another lull. I'll call it another lull in the Bitcoin market. So if we go ahead and we pull out to our 1 week range right here on TradingView. If you guys don't have TradingView, it's an awesome platform. And in future videos, I'll go over all of the technical indicators that I use as far as moving averages are concerned, Bollinger Bands, stochastics, RSI, everything along those lines. I don't get too crazy when it comes to the indicators. This is what I use right here. Just right here, everything that you see on the screen. I use volume, I use a stochastic indicator, and I use a series of moving averages, right? And we'll go into trading strategies on a future video, just to kind of talk about, what to look for as far as specific trading patterns are concerned, specific buy-in points and safe exit strategies. But for right now, I just kind of want to stick to Bitcoin, and I want to stick to SafeMoon, and I want to go ahead and just kind of carry on this. Where I want to get a conversation started about what's going on with SafeMoon, what can we expect to see it do in the future, and why is this thing going sideways? There's also all this excellent news. SafeMoon it just dropped on ZBG. It's coming up on a couple of other exchanges. I know that there's a huge push for it to hit Binance, and I know eventually it will. It's probably within a matter of a month or two. I can expect that we would see it on Binance. I think that right now, I think Binance is really kind of holding off right now just to kind of see how the performance of this specific coin is going to do, to see whether or not it's an asset they want to go ahead and encourage their traders to go ahead and invest in on their specific exchange. So right now, we're on Bitmart, we're on ZBG now, which is awesome. Bitmart, I personally love Bitmart. It's a great exchange. It's got an excellent selection of coins and tokens to invest in. A lot of smaller coins that are just kind of popping up right now that I think are excellent investment opportunities for anybody who is, kind of new to the crypto game, or they're trying to go ahead and they're looking for a great way to go ahead and maximize their own personal wealth, right? So anyways, sorry to get sidetracked right there. Let's go ahead and let's jump back to Bitcoin, and let's just kind of check out what we're doing right here on the weekly. So, last March, there was a dip, right? I mean, that was pretty much when this whole bull run started, right? We went into there was some sell-off. We went into accumulation, and then we kind of rode this up, and then back in November, last part of October, November 1st. If you take a look at a lot of the charts, November 1st was kind of the day that the crypto market just blew up. I mean, it just absolutely exploded, if we take a look at Bitcoin's low for October, actually, let's go into the daily, and let me zoom out a little bit. Can everybody hear me? Just want to make sure that, that my microphone is connected and that we are good to go. Let me go ahead and just pull up OBS real quick just to make sure that we've got some sound going on. Yeah, it looks like we're good. Okay. So anyways, let's jump back to let's jump back to November 1st. And we can see that, that's March. So right here, kind of halfway through November 1st, last week of October, November 1st was kind of that day that was approximately the time frame that we saw Bitcoin just absolutely explode. We were trading at a daily low of, 9,000 that day. And, you guys know the story ever since. We've jumped all the way up to 65K. And there were some projections saying that showed, I know that some other analysts are, there's a lot of other analysts that are super bullish on Bitcoin. They're suggesting that Bitcoin could actually jump up to 300K by the end of the year. And, that's a huge market cap. That's an absolutely massive market cap. And is it possible? I mean, who knows? I mean, I think that right now we're sitting in the middle of a completely new experience. This is something that is completely unique to just human history. This is a brand new market that a lot of people are bullish on. I think a lot of people that are doing research into cryptocurrencies, at first, like myself even, I started off, I was like, it makes, it looks like a great investment opportunity. But then, I do a little bit of software dev here and there. I just kind of fiddle around. But I started taking a look at the blockchain technology. I started taking a look at some of these new DLTs or distributed ledger technologies that are coming out. And when you're buying into Bitcoin, when you're buying, specifically into other specific blockchains, you're not buying into just some random currency that somebody just decided to go ahead and make and put on a ledger and just kind of hash out, with everybody else who's linked up on the network. It's you're investing in new internet technology, right? So kind of a quick history on the evolution of internet technology, right? I've been doing some web dev since I was like 12 years old, right? I started up when I was back in like 98 or 99. We still had dial-up. I think we were still using like AOL 2.0 or something like that, and the connection was horrible. But so the evolution of internet technology went ahead and it went from just like HTML and CSS for just static web content, just kind of going ahead, posting news articles. There were some games, some sweet like Java RPGs that started dropping back in like 99, 2000, because Java was starting to pick up a little bit of steam. They had the Java applet that would allow you to kind of go ahead and interact with the website a little bit. And then you had Flash. What was that? Macromedia Flash, which really kind of ushered in this whole new era of web animation, which was awesome. Of course, there were some major security issues with Flash, which is why it just kind of faded out of existence. But back in '99, JavaScript was developed to go ahead and promote interactivity and create a more dynamic web experience. So that was kind of the start of Web 2.0. I want to say that Web 2.0 really kind of went ahead and kicked in with HTML5, CSS3. There was ECMAScript 2016. Or ES 2016 that really just kind of ramped everything up, right? And I think that, I want to say that was back in 2010. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But that was really the launch of Web 2.0. And now internet technology, web dev technology is so insane. It's really hard to keep track of all the different technologies out there. That's a subject for a different video. But right now, what we're seeing with blockchain technology is, I don't want to say blockchain technology in general, but I want to say that advanced cryptographic networks. This is the spark of Web 3.0, right? I think that honestly, there are quite a few performance issues that blockchain technology is going to have to go ahead and face over the next couple of years. I think that there are some great alternatives out there. If you take a look at IOTA, if you take a look at EOS, something along those lines, a DLT or a network structure that isn't necessarily based on the entire public going ahead and keeping the ledger active, but something that offers a little bit faster transactability, which is why I'm pretty bullish on both EOS and IOTA. I know that IOTA has had, there was an article released a couple of years ago, maybe a few years ago, by a couple of doctorates over at MIT, and they were suggesting that that IOTA isn't necessarily completely secure. I know that the IOTA team has been addressing that issue ever since, and I think that they've got a pretty stable product going on right now, at least from the sounds of it. I think they've got everything figured out. I think that is. I think that's a currency that you're probably going to want to go ahead and maybe drop a few quid into and just kind of hold on to it over the next couple of years. But anyways, I want to go ahead and I'll address some good investment opportunities in a future video. But anyways, got super sidetracked again. Let's go ahead and jump back over to Bitcoin. So we had that massive explosion back in the last part of October, first part of November. We were trading at $9,000 per Bitcoin, jumped all the way up to, what's our high, like 65 something, 64 something. So massive explosion. So the reason why the markets are seeming to move pretty sideways right now is because we've got a lot of people who bought in last March. I mean, it's April right now. We've got, sorry for the motorcycle. I can go ahead and close the window on a few if that's too distracting for anyone. So the market's been kind of moving sideways this month because a lot of people have been cashing out. We're seeing that, everyone who bought in last March kind of bought in around the low is, just shy of 4,000 right over there. Then, these guys, whoever bought Bitcoin last March, good on you, because that's a solid win right there. That is a solid win. But I think that I think that pie indicator that topped a couple of weeks ago definitely sparked off a little bit of panic. I don't think that it's anything to worry about if you're a long-term investor and you're trying to go ahead and build equity with Bitcoin at this particular moment in time. We might see a floor probably around like the 42K, 43K price point. If we don't bounce off of this 25 MA line right here, we might go ahead sink down to maybe about 42K, 43K. Max, we might see a 50% drop in Bitcoin price by the end of the quarter. But I don't think it's necessarily anything to worry about. I know that a lot of people have a majority of their investments pooled up in Bitcoin. I would say right now, don't sell. I think that, right now, today, we're some investors are trying to bounce that off of the seven moving average, or the 7-day moving average right there. And I'm expecting to see some sort of a pullback. I don't know if we're going to be bouncing between the 7 and the maybe 25 or the 50 for the next few days. But I think that once we go ahead and I think there's a good chance that we could drop down to maybe about 50 for Bitcoin, and then you'll see another bull run. Who knows? It's so difficult to say what's going on with the market right now. this quarter. Honestly, I thought that we were going to break 70K earlier this month, but I know that there was that pie indicator that signaled, and everybody kind of panicked a little bit and started selling off. We got this huge drop, but for the most part, we're looking bullish still. We might have a little bit of lull for the next couple of months, but you've got major financial institutes like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs that are going to start offering Bitcoin in their investment portfolios this summer or this next upcoming quarter. And I think that's if we don't launch, if Bitcoin doesn't launch again by then I think that'll probably be the catalyst for a massive explosion, and we might see that 300,000 price point that some analysts are projecting. Personally, I'm not sure how high Bitcoin's going to get this year. I mean, it'd be awesome if it hit 300K, because that means there are boundless opportunities in the other crypto markets. I mean, that would be so sweet if it hit 300K. Right now, one of the coins that I'm super bullish on right now is Bitcoin Cash. I know that it's been kind of moving sideways, and there was a huge drop a couple of weeks ago. But I think that Bitcoin Cash is a great investment opportunity for people who maybe have not gone ahead and invested in it just yet. I mean, if we take a look at the market cap for Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash obviously was a hard fork off of Bitcoin, and but it's the same technology, it's the same brand name. Pretty much any technology or any other networks or blockchains out there that have gone ahead and adapted to utilize Bitcoin per se. I mean, take a look at Ren. Ren, for instance, they go ahead, they wrap Bitcoin, and there's some other blockchains and cryptocurrencies that they're trying to go ahead and develop a wrapper for. But if you take a look at some of the technologies that have already been specifically developed for Bitcoin and the use and trade of Bitcoin, you're going to see an ease of integration with Bitcoin Cash as well. So, and that's why I'm particularly bullish on Bitcoin Cash. I know that there's some other investors and some other analysts out there that aren't nearly as bullish as I am on it. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, and I'm not your portfolio manager, so just go ahead, make smart decisions when you're entering a trade, and just make sure that you're reading price action. And you are appropriately placing your investments at the right moments in time. So, anyways, so let's go ahead and let's kind of discuss SafeMoon for a little bit now that we've kind of gone ahead and just done a quick overview of what exactly is going on in the Bitcoin market. I mean, we've got sideways action going on over here. Our lows are still higher. Lows are getting higher. Highs are getting higher. Barely. We're kind of, if we pull up a trend line, we can go ahead and we can see that our highs are getting a little bit higher. Our lows are definitely getting a little bit higher too. I don't think that. I don't foresee an end to this Bitcoin bull run just yet. We might go ahead and dome out over here a little bit and drop it, and again possibly drop to that to maybe at the 42K price point. And that's going to be obviously when Bitcoin drops, all the other crypto markets kind of drop too, because there's a lot of hesitation. People don't really want to jump in and invest all their money, all their hard-earned money into a market that's taking a dive. Who wants that? That's not why we invest. So, but I think that if we do kind of go ahead and kind of dome out over here, we'll probably hit maybe a 42K price point, and then from there we'll probably be ready to launch. I don't anticipate us going ahead and dropping down to the 200 moving average anytime soon. So, but anyways, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at SafeMoon. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up. I know I've got a Brave browser running it. I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on over here. Let me go ahead and clear some of that stuff up. Let's see. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So let's go ahead and Invada, that's another one I'm taking a look at right now. It's just hit Bitmart. In fact, it just launched. It is geared towards the medical industry, and I'm just kind of checking out the price points on that one because I think that it's got some great potential. Let's see. Okay, so SafeMoon. Let's go ahead and pull that up. So, SafeMoon, we've been kind of moving sideways over the past few days. Let's see, we had that huge bull run. Let's see, let's jump into the dailies. Let me go ahead and expand this. Good old trading view. All right, there we go. So, yeah, so we had that huge bull run on the 19th. I mean, massive explosion. I was taking a look at my wallet on right around that 15 mark, and I was like, holy crap, right? I was like, this is awesome. Let's keep going. And then, FUD hit the Twitter, and we kind of crashed down. But it's okay. We're still moving up. Slowly but surely, but I think that a huge part of it was because that FUD that was issued on Twitter. I'm not going to go ahead and speculate as to why there was some disinformation that was spread. I know that there's a lot of people out there who have already been speculating, these guys, they're just trying to go ahead and they're trying to get legit coins to crash so they can buy in at lower prices. I mean, they went ahead and I think they went ahead and I think they were bashing Link, and they were trying to say that Link is like that Link's a rug, right? But Link's like one of the hottest coins on the market right now. I'm going to refer you back over to Benjamin Cowan again. That's one that he's super bullish on. I personally don't hold it in my portfolio, but I think that Link's got a great community. They're trying to push 3 digits by the end of the year. I think that they can do it with ease. I think that it all just kind of depends on what the markets look like for the rest of this quarter and what they're going to look like next quarter. I think next quarter is, once Goldman Sachs gets in the game, people are going to be adding Bitcoin and all kinds of cryptocurrencies to their investment portfolios. So I think that next quarter, this summer, is going to be, it could possibly be, we could see a huge bull run. But so anyways, SafeMoon, I know that there are a lot of people out there that are kind of worried about their investments. I know that a lot of people especially people who just bought in, over the past couple of weeks, they saw an incredible investment opportunity. And, a lot of people saw SafeMoon just completely just shoot into the atmosphere. I'm not going to say the moon yet because I don't think we've even seen the moon with SafeMoon just yet. But I know that there's a lot of concern about how sideways the market's been moving and has been trending over the past week or so. But if we take a look at these trend lines, we're going up. I mean, it's going to be a slow and steady process over the next, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks. But I think that I think that people are feeling a lot more confident in investing into SafeMoon now that we're kind of holding a floor. We dipped down to, I think the low for that day was, yeah, it was super low. I mean, we dropped 10x that day. And I mean, I almost pulled. So when you're looking for an exit strategy, whenever a market takes a dip, don't sell at the bottom. Do yourself a favor. Do not, never sell at the bottom, right? Always wait for some sort of a pullback, right? And we'll talk about proper exit strategies in a separate video. Whenever my philosophy is, either direction the market is moving, I find some sort of opportunity, right? I personally, I use several different trading strategies. Sometimes I'll scalp, sometimes I'll go ahead and I'll do some swing trading. But for the most part, I'm an equity trader, right? So I go ahead, I try to go ahead and I specifically only trade one coin a day or a week, depending on what the market for that specific coin looks like that week or, that day. And I try to go ahead and, hit the highs, and I'll buy back in at the lows. That's my personal process. I believe that, the more equity you have invested into a coin, the less you need it to go ahead and shoot the moon, right? So, if you're selling the tops and you're buying back in at the lows and you're building your equity and you're gaining more percentage of coin in your portfolio, you don't need your crypto or that specific market to shoot the moon for you to go ahead and make some pretty sizable profits. You just in fact just build equity and you can go ahead and cash out whenever. So that's my trading process. We'll kind of go over some trading strategies probably later on this week. We'll go over trend analysis. We'll talk about how to read pie charts and how to read order books. I think that's a big one. I think a lot of investors, even investors who've been trading for a year or two, that kind of, that definitely have a footing in investing, and they've got some great trading experience. I think that the order book is something that is grossly overlooked. In my opinion, there are three main factors that go ahead and contribute to a market price, right? And that's going to be that's obviously going to be your price action, the candlesticks, how things are trending, which is driven both by volume and is driven also by the order book, right? So you've got to keep those three things in perspective when you're going ahead and you're placing trades, when you're taking a position, or when you're looking for a good exit point. So, sorry, my throat's getting a little dry right now. So, SafeMoon, we're definitely moving up. I know that there are a lot of investors that are kind of being shaken out right now. We can definitely see that by this volume, by analyzing the volume right here. There was a huge sell-off right here. We had this hammer that went ahead and manifested itself right there on the 4th, and then on the 5th, looks like there was a pretty big sell-off. There was some panic that we were going to go ahead and floor out somewhere towards the bottom, which it's not going to happen. There's just too much momentum. There's so much hype going on with this coin right now. It is I mean, my dad, he's 61 years old. He's just getting into the crypto market. He actually came over yesterday, and we started putting together his portfolio. And he said, the two coins or the three coins that I absolutely want in my portfolio right now are Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and SafeMoon. So, take a look at Wall Street Bets. I think there was just a post earlier this morning, about which cryptocurrency. It was a poll asking everybody which cryptocurrency they were the most bullish on, and SafeMoon was, it outweighed some of the other options. So there's a lot of interest in SafeMoon right now. I don't think you have to worry about SafeMoon going ahead and flooring out at the absolute bottom anytime soon. I think that, honestly, if you take a look at the ROI and the return of investments, which we'll do at a later date. We'll recap on SafeMoon towards the end of the week, and we'll kind of compare the ROI to Doge and to Bitcoin and to Ethereum. And as far as hype coins are concerned, Doge, it was generating a lot of hype back in January, right? I know that Elon Musk and a bunch of celebrities, they were trying to go ahead and push Doge on everybody. And personally, that's why I didn't buy into Doge was because, whenever somebody with a lot of money tells me to buy something, I get a little hesitant, and I don't know. I start to question motives. So that's why I don't hold Doge in my portfolio. But Doge, it had a great run a couple of weeks ago. It shot all the way up to like 30 some odd cents. I know that people were buying it for maybe about a cent per Dogecoin back in November. So the Doge investors, they've already gone, 30x, over the past several months. But if you compare that to the performance of SafeMoon has, let's see, I think we bought in probably right around, right towards the bottom. But we've already gone, we've already seen it hit, 1,000x since my wife and I went ahead and picked up a little bit of SafeMoon. So, it's been an incredible investment opportunity for us. And I hope that it continues to be an incredible investment opportunity for everyone else. This is an opportunity to make some life-changing money. I know that right now the economy has been hit pretty dang hard over the past year. A lot of people have lost jobs. Thank God, we've got some politicians who have been pushing for economic stimulus that is directly aimed to the individuals rather than just businesses, because that has not only provided individuals and families with the ability to go ahead and stay on top of their bills and keep the market afloat, but it's also I know that a lot of people they've taken just a small portion of it and invested into the cryptocurrency markets or the stock markets, which are doing awesome right now as well. And they've been able to go ahead and make a little bit of money, generate a little extra revenue, and that's been able to go ahead and kind of help them wade these uneasy economic tides that we've kind of been experiencing over the past year. Sorry to get all sentimental right there. But anyways, SafeMoon's still an awesome investment opportunity for anybody who's looking to get involved in the community and add the cryptocurrency to their portfolio. Let's go ahead. Let's kind of zoom in to and check out what SafeMoon's been kind of doing. I like to kind of zoom into the 4 hour mark just to kind of get an overall view of what's going on. We've got this floor that we kind of dipped under a little bit. I'm thinking that, depending on how Bitcoin does today over the next couple days, we could floor out maybe around the 374 mark. Maybe, I think a lot of people are probably placing bids around 432, 430. I know that, some people are aiming super low right now. They're looking for that money shot, and they've got it all the way. They've got their bids placed all the way at the floor, which we can definitely check out the books and kind of get some sort of idea of where people are expecting to come back in. So if we go over here, this is Bitmart. In case you're not signed up on Bitmart just yet, it's a great platform. It's a smaller exchange, so they're still dealing with some technical issues right now, especially with the new increase of investors coming in specifically for SafeMoon. So they're still trying to go ahead and work out a few pips, but hopefully they can go ahead and kind of resolve a couple of the issues that they're having as far as transferring out cryptocurrencies. And I think that they're having some issues with order cancellations and everything along those lines. So I know that a lot of people have gone ahead and purchased SafeMoon through their Trust wallet. But if you want to go ahead and actually track the progress, and you want to go ahead and if you're just new to investing and you kind of want to go ahead and learn a little bit about trends, day trading, position trading, everything along those lines, I highly encourage you to go ahead and transfer your SafeMoon over to Bitcoin or Bitmart. My apologies, and just kind of track it, on the daily with the charts that they offer on Bitmart. So, anyways, so if we go in here over to Bitmart, we go over here to our book. This is why we're moving so sideways right now. So we've got a lack of volume of buyers coming in. I know that, everybody was super excited for SafeMoon to go ahead and launch on ZBG. We thought that we were going to shoot the moon as soon as that happened. But if you're a ZBG investor, and you see this new coin, and you take a look at the order books and you take a look at its performance over the past few days, it's not really that attractive of an investment opportunity at this particular moment in time. If we take a look at the books, we've got this huge wall of red going on, right? We've got everybody selling off from 0.6 all the way up to 15, so I think that this is definitely the primary hurdle that the SafeMoon community has to go ahead and overcome at this particular moment in time. Honestly, if I were new to this market, this is not a coin that I would go ahead and place my money into just yet until I saw some of this red resolve and I saw the order book kind of balance out. So I know that a lot of people are super excited. A lot of people have made a lot of money on their SafeMoon, and they're trying to go ahead and cash out, while it's still hot. But there is so much room and so much potential for more growth in this market. But we just need to go ahead and maybe pull pull our foot off the brakes a little bit. I mean, take a look at this huge red wall of sell points. I mean, it's almost like the entire market, anybody who holds SafeMoon is trying to go ahead and sell off somewhere in between this range. So, I know that, the community on Reddit, I know that we're all super bullish. I know that that just about the entire SafeMoon community is super bullish on this coin. If you're bullish, take responsible, active measures to go ahead and grow your wealth in this specific market, right? I mean, don't be selling off 100% and saying, oh, hey, I'll just wait to buy back in at a dip, because the second you sell off 100% and the order books balance out, that's the second your coin is going to go ahead and run away from you. I've been in that position plenty of times where I was trading super aggressively. Like I stated earlier, I'm an equity investor, so I'm always constantly trying to build up a little bit of equity in each one of my coins in my portfolio. Same with my stocks. I'm constantly trying to build equity because you don't need to shoot the moon so long as you have equity, which is one of the reasons why SafeMoon is so attractive to investors, is because all you have to do is hold and the coin builds equity for you, right? I mean, every time somebody sells their coin, their SafeMoon, 5% of it gets burned and then another 5% gets redistributed to all the holders. So you don't actually have to go ahead and spend time, watching the markets, trying to go ahead and sell the tops and buy back into the dips just to build some extra equity. The equity is built into the blockchain itself, so it's automatically going ahead and building you equity, which is awesome. It's a phenomenal investment. So, but I know that there are some other hardcore equity traders out there that I know that they're kind of going ahead, and I mean they're pulling out 100%. They're whenever they see some sort of top, and they're trying to go ahead and trying to predict some sort of a bottom, and that's it's a good strategy. It's extremely aggressive, and like I said, I've been in several positions before where I've done just that. I've gone ahead, sold off 100%, and then I've tried to go ahead and hit a floor, but like the second I go ahead and sell off, the market just shoots through the frickin' ceiling, and I lose all that equity, and I actually have to buy back in at a higher price, and I end up losing equity in that specific market. So I think one of the main things that we need to do right now in the SafeMoon community is we just need to go ahead. We need to practice. We need to practice safe exit points or safe equity building strategies, where we're not going ahead and selling everything off. We're just maybe going ahead, skimming a little off the top. Everybody's profiting right now, and just kind of reinvesting every time you see some sort of a dip. I know that's that's the strategy I go ahead and I have my wife trade with. She's super bullish on SafeMoon. SafeMoon is 100% of her portfolio right now, which I think is great. I know that there are a lot of people out there that they believe so strongly in this currency, because they know that they've hit the market at the right time. They're still early, and there's still a lot of opportunity there's still a lot of opportunity for growth. So, but right now, as of this particular moment, this huge red brick wall on the order book, it's definitely the primary contributing factor as to why this particular market is moving so sideways at this particular moment in time. We're still kind of going ahead. We're jumping up a little bit. We're holding a floor right down over here, right around 4.5, 4.40, 4.30, 4.25, and I think that right now is actually probably an excellent time to go ahead and buy the dip. If you're an equity trader, go ahead, just maybe pull off the brakes a little bit, because you definitely want to see your portfolio grow as well. It's just the way it is. I think that the SafeMoon community, I think maybe there needs to be some real discussion about price points, and we need to go ahead and discuss how far we'd like to go ahead and take this coin, because right now at this particular moment in time we're probably just going to be consolidating for the next week or two, before we see the order books kind of balance out a little bit and we see new money come into the market. Like I was saying earlier, had I not bought in where I bought in, and I was looking at this market right now as a new investor, and and I was reading all the data, trying to go ahead and figure out where this market was headed, I would say, hey, it's moving sideways. The order book is stocked up on the sells. Obviously, it's not an investment opportunity that I would like to go ahead and partake in at this particular moment in time until I see this order book kind of clear up a little bit. But that said, we're holding a steady floor right now. We'll see what Bitcoin does over the next couple of days. If we can go ahead, if Bitcoin smacks off of that 7-day moving average and we see a strong pullback, obviously investors are going to say, hey, this is, Bitcoin's going up. All the other cryptocurrencies are going to follow suit, and you'll probably see, best case scenario, we'll see a wave of new investors come in, and we'll see a wave of new money kind of hit this market. Hopefully, go ahead and be able to push through some of this red that we're seeing right here. Because if you take a look at the buying bids, there's a lot of people that are looking to go ahead and buy in at the absolute floor. They're taking a look at all this red. They're saying, okay, this thing's gonna take a dip. We're gonna go in for the money shot, try to buy in at the very bottom. Once the book clears, and then whoever didn't hold, when it, tough luck, because we're shooting the moon without them. So, but like I said earlier, I don't think we need to go ahead and worry about this market just crashing to the bare bottom right now. I think we're holding a pretty strong floor right now. We've got a little bit of a pendant going on right here. This is just, or we've got a flag going on. That's typical of sideways markets, right? The lows are getting higher, the highs are getting lower. We're kind of consolidating to some sort of a single price point somewhere around here. We might see, May 1st, the beginning of a new month. We might see the order books kind of go ahead, clear out, and then we'll just skyrocket again, right? I think that we'll probably do another, we'll break through the ceiling, hopefully by May 1st, and then probably do another 10x. I'm hoping for 100x, right? Because that'd be freaking sweet. I could pay off my house. So anyways, go ahead. I mean, if you're holding, keep holding. It's not worth going ahead and selling off just yet. So there was a lot of panic that's been occurring over the past week, specifically, on the 4th, up until, just a few days ago, there was still a lot of panic in the market. A lot of people weren't sure as to which direction SafeMoon was going to be headed. A lot of people were like, oh man, we hit 100x, and now everybody's gonna sell off. Well, that's just not the case. As we can see by the trend lines right here, people are still interested. We've got a lot of equity trading going on right here. We've got a strong floor. I doubt we'll dip underneath this floor. If we do, we might see it bottom out maybe around 390. 440, 435, something like that. And then once that happens, hopefully the order book will be somewhat balanced out by that point in time. If that happens, I think that we'll probably just go ahead and continue in this wedge pattern or this flag pattern right here until the order books kind of clear up. People kind of take their foot off the brakes a little bit. They realize, hey, there's still a lot of opportunity for growth in this market. Maybe instead of selling everything off, I'll just go ahead and take a little bit of my profits out of my account and kind of cash in. Maybe do pay off some bills. Buy something nice for your wife or something like that. I don't know. Take a vacation. But yeah, I definitely expect us to go ahead and kind of just follow suit in this flag pattern right here until we kind of hit a price point where the order books clear up a little bit. People aren't as panicked as they are at this particular moment in time, and they're like, okay, Sloan Bell, you make sense. You're making some solid sense right now. We're going to go ahead, instead of selling off our entire account, we're just going to go ahead, take a little bit of our profits out, and we'll let the rest just kind of do its thing. A lot of people in the SafeMoon community, this cryptocurrency is only a month old, right? And it's already gone 100x. We can easily do another 100x, right? Easily. We are outpacing Dogecoin like it's nobody's business, and it's just funny because I see a lot of other analysts out there, when SafeMoon first launched, a lot of people, were in the crypto community, and a lot of other analysts were, they were kind of shucking SafeMoon, saying, oh, it's just a get rich quick scheme. But I think that everybody who's invested into it and has invested time into doing the research behind this specific blockchain, behind this specific currency, they definitely see why it's worth holding on to your investment. I've been talking a lot about equity trading, over the past, maybe. What are we getting close to an hour? Yeah, over the past hour or so. This is a coin that builds equity for you. Literally, all you have to do is hold, right? So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wrap everything up right there. We've already hit an hour on this stream, but I hope that you were able to go ahead and take a few things away from our discussion today. Let's see. If anybody's got any questions or comments, feel free to go ahead and chime in real quick before we go ahead and shut this thing down. I'll go ahead. I'll wait a couple minutes for any questions. I know that this is my first live stream, so viewership isn't necessarily through the roof right now. So, but if you go ahead, if you think of any questions, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me. I'm on Twitter. You can go ahead and find me on Twitter. My username is at Future Sloan Bell. If you have any questions, go ahead. Feel free to chime in. Send me a message, either via YouTube, Twitter. Chime in on some of the discussions that I'm trying to get sparked up on Twitter. And stay tuned for some upcoming videos. I plan on doing some more live streams over the next week or so. I know that within my own personal network, I get a lot of trading questions and a lot of investing questions. So I've decided to go ahead and just kind of create a platform for myself to go ahead and share my knowledge with you guys. I'm not a broker. I'm not a portfolio manager. I'm a mathematician who loves the markets, right? So, obviously, every analyst, they make mistakes, and they'll make some calls that don't necessarily happen. So I don't expect everything that I say to be, don't expect every word that leaves my mouth to be, pure gold or to be the winning ticket, right? I'm just here to go ahead and offer some educational material on how to go ahead and trade effectively, how to build your portfolio, and of course, offer my insight as to, why markets are behaving in specific manners. I know that there was a lot of concern about SafeMoon over the past couple days, so I figured I would take the opportunity to go ahead, go live, just kind of clear everything up a little bit, maybe give everybody some food for thought. SafeMoon community, if you guys, if you guys are watching and you're going ahead and you're taking a look at this order book, and you're wondering why your portfolio or your account isn't just absolutely shooting through the roof right now, just take a look at the order book, right? Especially if you're one of the people who's doing some aggressive trading and you've got a sell-off point right up, especially right towards the bottom. This is insane right here. So many people are just selling off towards the bottom. This is a dip. Why are you selling off towards the bottom of a dip? This thing's going to go ahead and shoot the moon as soon as this order book clears up. So I don't know. Maybe I hope that's some food for thought. If you're one of these people who's all panicked out right now and you're trying to sell at the bottom of a dip, don't do that. Wait for a pullback at least. These guys up here at least, they're going to be, they're going to be making 3 times the amount of money than the people who are selling off down here at the bottom. It's like, if you see people are still holding and they're still hodling and they're looking to sell off up here at 15, go ahead, take your foot off the brakes. Don't sell at the bottom of a dip. That's the worst investment strategy in the world, but anyways, I hope that this was an educational and an informative opportunity for everybody. Go ahead, if you found some value in this live stream, go ahead, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. If you'd like, to see me make more content like this. I know that this is, something that's completely brand new to me. So I know that I can go ahead and brush up a few things. But I had a great time going ahead and sharing my thoughts and ideas with everybody today. I really appreciate everybody kind of tuning in and just kind of listening in and just hearing what I have to say about the market right now. And I hope that this particular video and this discussion has brought some real value to everybody. Like I said, don't get discouraged right now because the market's moving sideways. It's going to go up, okay? Just keep hodling. This is an excellent coin that builds equity for you. So you literally, all you have to do is just check the price point once every few days just to kind of see what the market's doing. And, whenever you hit a milestone, go ahead and just maybe take some profits out. And, definitely don't sell everything off because there's still a lot of opportunity and there's going to be a lot of growth in this specific market. So don't sell everything off when you hit like 10x or 100x. Do the responsible thing. Skim a little bit off the top every time you hit a milestone. That's what my wife and I's strategy is for our portfolios. We go ahead, we set milestone marks where we say, hey, if we do 10x on this coin, we'll go ahead, we'll take out this percentage, and or if we hit 10x or 100x, I know that we have plans for SafeMoon for 1,000x. So, at 1,000x, you can guarantee that we're still going to be hodling too. I definitely see a huge market cap for SafeMoon this year. I think that it's not. I wouldn't be surprised if the SafeMoon community can push this thing all the way up to a cent this year. Who knows? Like I was saying at the very beginning of the program, this is a completely unique market. Not just the SafeMoon market in general, but cryptocurrency right now. This is a completely unique opportunity for people to go ahead and make some real life-changing money. People are starting to take a look at cryptocurrency seriously now. There was a lot of there's been a lot of fluff going around about cryptocurrencies the past couple of years. There were some people who got involved super early, with Bitcoin, right? They were like, oh man, this is awesome. The story behind Bitcoin is funny. It started off as like a ledger to go ahead and like buy weed or something like that on, and I know that a lot of people, if you remember Silk Road, they were using Bitcoin to go ahead and swap for recreational substances on Silk Road, and back in like 2010, 2011. But despite the intentions, and I don't think that was Satoshi Nakamoto's intention. I think that Satoshi was a brilliant computer scientist, or is. Maybe mathematician, maybe network engineer. He saw a flaw, and we'll get into the history of Bitcoin and distributed ledger technology in a different video. But he saw a flaw in some of the existing ledger technologies at that particular moment in time. He thought of a solution. He created it. He brought it to fruition. And it went ahead and it just took off and just completely revolutionized DLT, ledger technology, and it completely revolutionized security. And now we're getting to the point where it's starting to completely revolutionize the web. So I think that a lot of people who were kind of looking at cryptocurrency in the past as being something that, was like, oh, that's never going to go anywhere. I think a lot of attention is being brought to the cryptocurrency markets because of the fact that people are now building dApps. They're building crazy cool things with this blockchain technology, and this is really just the beginning. If you're just getting started in investing in cryptocurrencies, you're still ahead of the curve, right? I mean, there's so much room for growth. We're going to see cryptocurrencies, just completely go crazy. Next year, I can't wait to see what next year does. We'll go over Bitcoin ROIs in a future video. I think that there might be another low coming up in the Bitcoin market next February, next winter sometime. It's just going to be kind of like the lull that we're seeing right now, where everything's just kind of moving sideways. We might floor out somewhere. We might take like a 20-30% drop somewhere, but there's just so much new money coming into these markets that it's just not worth selling off right now. You just got to keep holding. That's how you make money. You just got to hold. You got to build your equity. And when the time is right for you, go ahead, just skim a little off the top, sell a little off, and keep holding. Imagine if you had bought Bitcoin, back in 2010, you'd be a billionaire. And I think that's kind of the reason why Bill Gates is so bearish on Bitcoin. It's not because he's worried about the environment. It's because he sees potential threat. With some of these people who have been holding Bitcoin since 2010. Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever he or they are, they could potentially be the richest person or persons. People in the world right now, if they've still got a lot of Bitcoin that they were that they've been hodling since the Genesis block. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up there. Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead, leave me some comments below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to go ahead and address in a future video. Also, I'm going to go ahead and I'll post a poll here later on this week, just to kind of see what time frame works best for everybody. I'd like to go ahead and just maybe start doing a live stream every morning, or every morning when I'm taking a look at the markets, or during the evenings when just to do kind of a recap of what happened that day. This is something that I'm super passionate about. I love investing, and I just want to go ahead and share my knowledge. And I want to offer everybody the opportunity to kind of grow their accounts, grow their personal wealth with me. I think that there's a lot of good stuff going on in the crypto markets right now. Plenty of opportunity for people who are just getting into it, or people who have been into it. I'm trying to pay back. I'm trying to pay it forward. If I can go ahead and help somebody out, and or help a few people out, help them make smart investing choices, then that'd be awesome, because I would love to be the person who went ahead and contributed to somebody being able to go ahead and change their life and make life-changing money. We're in some hard economic times right now. My family, we've personally been hit by it. I lost my job last July. I was in commercial civil engineering. one of my biggest clients went ahead and pulled the plug on a bunch of projects, and we ended up going ahead and losing a lot of staff. I was amid one of those waves, and so I actually took that opportunity to go ahead and create some new opportunities for myself. Started up a tech company. I've got some projects I'm working on, which I might go ahead and do a shameless plug on, here in the future, once everything's kind of developed a little bit more further. But I've definitely been able to go ahead and earn a little bit of money in the cryptocurrency markets right now, and if I'm able to go ahead and help other people succeed, that'd be absolutely awesome. So anyways, I'll go ahead and I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate you tuning in. Go ahead, leave me a comment below, like, subscribe. My channel, I think YouTube goes ahead and monetizes at 1,000 subs or something like that. It'd be awesome if we could get 1,000 subscribers over the next couple of months or something like that. I've got one of my buddies. One of my buddies is coming in, and he's going to kind of help me out with this channel, and we're going to start producing a lot of awesome educational material. I think that we've got some plans for going ahead and doing some free crypto giveaways whenever we hit certain milestones as far as subscribers are concerned. So anyways, go ahead, feel free to ask any questions. I'm on the Twitter, I'm here on YouTube. I'll go ahead and try to get some info out there on my next live streaming event. Like I said, I hope to go ahead and start doing this on the daily right now. It might be, just a few times a week. Like I said, I've got some educational material I'm trying to put together, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we can just kind of sit down once a day and go over the markets and kind of see how everything's performing. So anyways, thanks again. Take care, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.